Hello, everybody. Amanda Davis here, and I'm here to make a difference by teaching you what I know and sharing with you what I know. And I'm going to talk really quick about journaling and if I keep a journal or not. And that was the topic for today, which is day 46 of 100 for the 100 Scope Challenge, round 3, Perry Newbies. You can join Perry Newbies. It is a support group for men and women on Periscope at perrynewbies.com. And we have a lot of fun in the Perry Newbies group. And one of the things that we do, like I said, is the 100 Scope Challenge. So today's topic was to talk about, do you journal? And so my answer to that is I do, yes and no. Because I do, but I don't keep it up. And part of the question I asked was if you keep our journal electronically or if we keep a physical journal. So electronically, I do have a blog, but I don't keep that up enough either. Although I have to say recently I've had more posts than I have in the past, because I did the challenge in August. So there's one for almost every day in August that is on my blog. And if you go to my profile here on Periscope, the link for the free blogging tips will take you over to that blog. So you can check that out. So there is that. So that's an electronic kind of journal. And then as far as a physical journal, I do have this one, but this one is actually more of a notebook where I was keeping track of some Periscope stats. Hello, Julie. Thank you for popping in. Hello again, Collier. And thank you for sharing, Collier. Some more, this journal here was actually, it was a freebie. I forgot what I got it from, but it was a freebie. It was a gift. But anyway, it may have been work. You know, I think it was from work. I think it was something from teacher appreciation or something. Anyway, Christmas. I think it was Christmas last year, but it was a gift from work for free. So, but anyway, that one, I've been keeping it as mostly notes related. It's not so much a journal. Although I guess it depends on what you want to have your journal be. This one is my actual, is the one that I'm currently using as a journal right now. But even this one has a lot of notes in it versus writing, paragraphs. But the paragraphs in there, so that one has just some experiences and notes and that kind of thing. I will say though, I have a couple of journals, like kind of this one, and actually one that's like an old school diary with a lock on it, that it still has the lock on it, even though it's one of those locks that it had the little keys and they could easily be popped open and stuff like that they have for kids. But anyway, those journals are at my two of them, yeah, I think two of them are at my parents' house. And then the other one, it's probably at my parents' house too, honestly, because I'm not 100% positive what happened to it. But I have at least 3 other journals besides this one somewhere floating around, from over the years. And they have a lot of anecdotal notes. And the ones at my parents' house are so old that, like, it's even got things about, my crush and who that was. And for a while, I know I printed off the synopses from the Days of Our Lives episodes, and I would put them into the journal, and then I would write my own anecdotal notes about, I can't believe that this happened in the Days of Our Lives episodes. I did that for a while. And so that was probably throughout middle school that I was doing that. But it's just kind of funny that I did something like that back in the day. So, I mean, I would say I journaled a little bit more when I was younger, as far as actually trying to sit down and write stuff. But it's fun because I do, like I said, they're still floating around somewhere. So, at some point in my life, looking back on that and going through it, it will be like, I can't believe I did that. But it will also be kind of nice because I know there's different stuff in there too, just about things that happened during that time of my life. And I think it's nice to have those memories, and it's one of the purposes of journaling. So, and it's the kind of thing that even if somebody else were to read it, it's like, I wrote that 10 years ago or 20 years ago or like 15 years ago at this point. But, you know, in the future, we're talking the future, you know, if I'm in my 40s and somebody wants to read something from when I was 10, it's like I was 10 when I wrote that, okay? So get over it. Um, but I just think it's the kind of thing where it's kind of cool to have that. Hi, April. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to have the journals from all around. And then I even found one of my old school journals where I talked about something that it was like we were given a prompt. It was a school journal where we were given different prompts. And so one of the prompts was something like, where do you see yourself when, I think it was something simple, like when we were 21. And so I'm 27 now. So, but going back and reading that prompt, it was pretty funny, some of the stuff that I put. Um, and so I just kind of laughed because it was like, well, some of that's somewhat true, but because I think I said something about wanting to be a teacher, so I am, of course, a teacher. So that part came true, but I think that was the only thing that was really true because I think I said something about being married by the time I was 21, and I'm not even married now at 27, although I do have a serious relationship, but it was like at 21, I'm glad that I didn't get married at 21. I mean, it works for some people, but I don't know. So I just think though, but it was something that we wrote when we were like, uh, probably elementary school. So it's a little bit funny too to think about, you know, elementary school kids. So they think, oh, you hit 20 and you're all grown up and whatever. And you know, some people do and some people don't. But it's just kind of funny because I know even when I was teaching fourth grade, and that's been a couple years, but even when I was teaching fourth grade, they were like, "So when are you gonna get married?" And I'm like, why are you asking me these questions? You're my students. Like, but you know, kids can be nosy and they're interested and exactly, yeah. And it's funny too, like I said, to think about what you think of as an elementary school kid versus now as an adult and you go, 21 is way too young to be married. You know, but like I said, it works for some people, but it's funny just when you kind of look at that kind of stuff and see you know, some of the things. And it's just funny too, like I said, because kids can definitely be nosy. And yeah, exactly, April, exactly. And so, you know, you're old. And I tell you, teaching fourth graders at 25, I felt super old at 25 because of how they treated me sometimes. But you know, it was okay. But it's the kind of thing where it's like, I'm only 25. Like, come on. But in a way, it's a good thing too. It's funny though because kids are funny like that, and it's kind of the beauty of being a kid, I guess. But anyway, back to journaling to wrap this up. Um, I do journal, yes. I just don't always keep it up as much as I probably, well, not should, I guess, because it's your own thing. But I don't keep it up as much as I could, I guess. And but I do have the electronic blog, and like I said, if you go to my profile and go to the blog 101 tips, that is there. And then I do have the physical as well, and I have physical ones kind of floating around everywhere. So, but just from different times of my life, and I definitely think it's going to be kind of nice to go back and reflect on it at one point. And I mean, I don't know, maybe some of it is stuff that I might want to share with my future family. Who knows? So, but I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye because I know one of my fellow Perry girls is live, and I do want to check that out. Thank you so much for you popping in live and for the live hearts. Thank you for sharing with your followers. And thank you to all of the replay, Twitter, and web viewers as well. And then this was for Perry Newbies 100 Scope Challenge. You can go to perrynewbies.com, and the 100 Scope Challenge is something that we are doing. And this is for round 3, day 46, so the current challenge. Okay? All right. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Let me go ahead and just... Thanks again for all of the hearts, and thank you for popping in live. I will see you guys later.